Joe 18 and I, we filmed just about every kind of thing that's possible that came through there that we saw, and there were many different things, which is separate. I don't want to go into that in detail, but when we work with different things, especially man without a consciousness of truth and God, it becomes he's God and he can create whatever he wants. I mean, they're cloning animals with bugs. They're doing multiple things, and it's turning what they want. They created the most strongest material by cloning, I don't know, is it a sheep and a spider? And they got this material that's super strong. So, yeah, they're creating realities. But I will say this. I am one not for the evolution. We came from a bug and changed into a frog, into a turtle, a kangaroo, or whatever. They're all different entities with their own level of awareness and soul life forms. They're not the same. So when we create a clone, who knows what kind of entity can walk inside it? It won't be a human soul, is all I can say. What if it's a frog? It comes into a body. Wow, I'm in the body. So it's jumping around. I mean, if you look at, I don't want to go into that in detail because it's just not spiritual in my viewpoint. We're only going to hurt society and ourselves. So let's move on. I just talked about angels and Lucifer. Let's go a little deeper. A deity. Does everybody know what a deity is? Hinduism was the first religion on this planet, and it was that we know of in our records and documents, and that we have documents of. There was life form here before that, but they were all covered up and removed. But they talked about their deities, and I worked with three different deities. Really, sorry. They're real, but are they real to what people think they are? In Buddhism, there are statues. They're tankas. The tankas put on the walls. They're statues that people pray down and pray to, and give much of their life to that statue.
You got another call.
Oh, I'm looking sideways. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, sir. How doing, my friends?
Hey, how are you?
This
Mike, how are you today?
Oh, okay, Mike of Singapore. Hey, Mike of Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah, this is TJ. Theresa, how are you tonight?
Yeah, TJ. Very good.
Yeah.
I have emergency news for you guys because one aeroplane from Qatar Airlines from Dubai, they allowed the sick people inside the plane. By the time it landed in New York, a lot of people caught whatever they had. And then, that was the first case which they took all those people, more than 2,000, to the hospital.
Was it out of Dubai?
Yes, and then they took it, and they took the rest of the people. They allowed them to check out your custom and goodbye. And then there were two other planes, one from Munich to Paris. From Munich to Pennsylvania, and Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport to Philadelphia. Once they landed, everybody coughing, everybody so bad that they quarantined them right now, about 450 people. And now what has happened, now they are going to go after those people who were in flight from Qatar, from Qatar Airlines Dubai to New York. Now they are going to find them and bring them back for further observations, etc. So I would like to know what your opinion is, TJ, please, or any of you beloved friends.
To a point, but yeah, we have people that fly planes. But what's your question?
My question is, is this a test, or is this the either it was Ebola or it was some kind of
Yeah, I'd have to look into it, but there's always a possibility when you fly any plane because of the germs in the filter systems, and everybody's allegedly breathing the same air encased on the plane, right? Think about it, right?
Right.
So it could be anything, but they pretty much check everything pretty good, as you well know, in and out of the X-ray machines, right, for certain things. But there's always a possibility of something being of a biological nature under someone's skin or whatever. But who knows? It could be anything, globally. But we'll just have to follow that. But
you know what
we
I
could
call
speak
it?
and what?
It's called chemical warfare. They already
well,
started
we don't know
weather
what's
warfare.
going on.
Oh, well,
we don't know what's
I'm
going
telling
on.
you what's going on.
Okay, I'm going to step out of this one.
All right. Okay. Mike?
Yes, go ahead, sir, my friend.
All right. You agree with me, right?
Name. Can you give me your name? I forgot.
Tommy.
Tommy, yes, Tommy, my buddy. Go ahead, sir.
You agree it's chemical warfare?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely,
so,
because
it's only the starting point. But if it's a serious virus, I mean, they just said something last week about a virus that was found in the United States already that was not known for like 100 years. 2 people had it. So, and I know we have every virus in our one building with all the viruses together, and they lost one. How many years ago they lost one of the viruses? But you're saying these planes are coming from other countries, so obviously it's what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to have to realize that we're in trouble every which way, and it might help Trump in his story about not letting people come into this country. And then again, it will be a really important thing to watch that, because once a virus gets in a plane, I mean, they were just talking about bed bugs and things like that in the planes right now, how dangerous that is. I mean, bed bugs are serious, but you're talking about a disease that probably can kill people in a period of time. It's serious and it's super dangerous. So I appreciate you calling in on that. And I know you're on top of it all, so I respect what you say. I mean, I've been watching the earthquake charts. I've been watching a lot of things, but we're gearing up for some major attack, whether it's natural, synthetic, through a company, a religion, or a country, and that's a definite warning. You said it's 3 planes, right?
Right. But what happened? Those 2 planes from inside the Philadelphia, when they arrived, they quarantined all of them. They took their cell phone away from the passengers. Right. They took their identification from them, all passports or global entry, everything from them, and they put them in the airports. Airline, and that is still in there for the last 48 hours. Well,
I'm just trying to think. There's so many things going on, but that is like the starting of a lot of different things happening now. And how do we go about fighting it? What are they going to do? Now, people don't understand why they created all these FEMA camps in the United States. Those families are going to go to a FEMA camp. They're not going to go anywhere else. People think they are. They're mistaken. We got so many different things going on. I mean, Jesse Ventura tried to expose his FEMA camps, but it didn't work. They took him off TV real fast.
But it's very weird that no ABC News covering it, no newscast. Only we read it in American, some American true news informations, but we don't get it anywhere.
True news. No, there's no such thing as true news in the United States. I mean, Trump's right about false news, but whatever he says is false as well. So we're in this really bad spot right now. How do you take a country down? You start a conflict with the president. You start a conflict with Congress. Then you bring something else into it. You start multiple tornadoes, hurricanes, let them go into bankruptcy. It'll start hurting the country whether they see it coming or not. It's coming in like a tornado, a cyclone.
Yes,
Japan was just hit really bad last week. I have a friend over
my
there.
God. Right now we have a 6.6 earthquake just in Solomon Island right now, and a 6.1 next to it, very close to it too. So and we have a 2 double 8.2 in Fiji. One was 3 weeks ago, and one was last week.
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
All those islands are. You know, this is Sunday. I try to keep it spiritual.
Yes.
And with that happening, there was too much noise outside. There was something really incredibly bad happened. So now, where are you right this second? Are you in? Where are you located?
I'm in Singapore, my friend. Right.
You're in Singapore right now.
Yes.
So these 3 airports, like you said, they're going to quarantine them. They're going to put them in. Well, they have to put them somewhere, and the only place they can put them is in these camps that they created. So with that happening, suddenly families aren't going to see their family members and things like that, and then people are going to start screaming and yelling and complaining and fighting before it breaks out. I mean, then once it's like all planes could be in danger into other countries, who are they going to allow to fly in and out of the United States? I mean, they shut down the world airports after 9/11 for, a couple of days, right?
Yes.
So if this breaks out, it's money. All these airlines are going to lose so much money, and it's always based on money. So It's like, how do we keep this without spreading? Let's get all those people. Let's make sure we can quarantine it, contain it. I mean, it's just like every alien movie, every creature movie that you see when they take all of them. Oh, you're all contaminated. Let's put you somewhere. But it's going to expand because now those people got out and made contact with other people. And, I mean, they already practiced quarantining New York City a couple years ago. And they were practicing in 3 places. And suddenly it's happening. It's going to happen. It's happening in New York City right now.
Yeah, because right now those people already went supermarkets. They went, just hugging their friends. This is already in New York. I think New York would be the first place that is martial law is coming. Martial law is coming to New York.
I hate to do this. It's probably the most important news, like you said, the most dangerous, important news out there. And I don't know how many people are listening to the show right now. When they tune into this next time, when they pull it up and try to listen to it, it'll already be a couple days later. Whether it hits the news or not will be a different story. Well, all I can say is, I don't believe in praying. That's not going to solve the problem. But people better be totally aware of what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. FEMA camps are everywhere, in case people don't know that, and they're camps that the government created to put families in. I mean, it's geared for children even. So Jesse Ventura Exposed 1 showed it that with the family, the kids playing on the rides and everything, with barbed wire fences all around it and everything. So they're real. They got the FEMA boats. They were bringing them out here when they thought they were going to be taking all the people from Hawaii and putting them in a FEMA camp. So, and then the whole thing about Antarctica. I mean, this all could be another cover-up to keep attention of what's going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the higher governments, Putin's one of the richest people on the planet. So he wants to live. He doesn't want to die. So I would follow what he does in his actions and stuff. He wants global warming so he could farm 9 months a year instead of 6 or 5. He already admitted about aliens. So I think he's one of the realest persons, and people are attacking him and, well, corrupt government. No, if he told Trump he wanted Trump to release the truth about 9/11, I think that's a good person because the United States needs to know the truth about that. How do you move forward from something that disastrous and we created all these synthetic scenarios around it to cover it up? And then we're supposed to believe all these scenarios. I'm one for the truth. I don't care who or what says what. Prove it. Show some evidence, and when you do, guess what? Now we're in trouble. So who knows how long it's going to break out before any of this comes out to the public. Obviously, it will create a world fear. If it's that bad, obviously, planes are going to be in trouble. traveling to another country.
Yeah, because there was a monkeypox, UK first case of our viral infection